Hello and welcome to Prime TV. I'm Alisha Fernandes. Well, in today's episode, I have a very special guest. I have Professor Dr.Parin Somani, who is a renowned academic scholar and a CEO and director of the London Organisation of Skill Development, chief editor of the global research journal, educator, 3 times TEDx speaker, author, international motivational speaker, humanitarian, philanthropist, and a multi-international award winner. Ma'am, welcome to the show. How does it feel being here in Goa?
Thank you so much for having me, Alisha. It's an amazing experience with Prime TV. I'm very thrilled and I'm honored to be with all of you today.
You have like so many feathers onto your cap already. So to begin with, what is that driving force, that passion and that enthusiasm that comes along with you in this entire thing? You, like I said, read your intro, and I think that's not it. There's a lot more to it, which we are going to unveil as we go further in this interview. So what is that motivational force and that passion behind it?
One word. I like to help my people. I'm a people's person. And I always have a dream of becoming a Mother Teresa. I want to serve the community until my last breath. That is always holding me tight to do this thing, and I can't do it myself. I need people like you all to come and help and be the part of my journey. So I always said my first motto of my life is, I want to help the mankind until my last breath. And the number 2, by working together, we can make a positive global change. That is driving me towards what I'm doing right now.
Indeed, I think it's very interesting about the multiple things that you are doing already. Like you're into teaching, you're into a motivational speaker, you're a philanthropist. So how exactly do you balance your personal and professional commitments? Because I think this involves a lot of travel and you need to give time. This is not something that happens like overnight. It is something where you have to give time. So how exactly do you balance between the two?
It's hard. It's challenging. But I'm very blessed and I'm very fortunate. I have a good support from my husband, my family. My daughters are my backbone. Without them, I don't think I can do anything. So my main support is the family support to balance my life. That's not even enough. The people I work with them, they are so supportive. They are my fan. So whenever I go anywhere in the world, anywhere I travel, my fans travels with me. So they are my strength. And they are my strength to balance this life.
So when you have a closer look, like you're now into the education field. So what exactly was the moment that you decided, that I need to shift into education and, I need to impart knowledge and I need to make sure, people learn from me now henceforth, because you are very well renowned already. You have become a doctorate, you have already now. So when was that moment when you decided, now this education has to get passed on?
True. This is something I would go back few years in my young days when I was a TV presenter in Ahmedabad Doordarshan. I used to work for Ahmedabad Doordarshan for many years in my late 80s, early 90s. So my story begins that when I was working for Ahmedabad Doordarshan, All India Radio Akashvani, I was a radio presenter, and at the same time, I was very blessed to become a writer. At the age of 19, I've written 11 books.
Wow.
At the age of 20, my 11 books were published by Kothari Publication, who is a renowned publisher in Gujarat, in Ahmedabad. So my journey started from the young age. I remember when I was a young girl and when I used to go to the uni, how in Indian boys are. They run after the girls when they see the billboard, because during the daytime I'm in the university, in the college, in the university, and then evening they see me in the evening news. They hear my voice. And there was a studio called King Studio. They used to keep my picture on the billboards. So most of the streets in Ahmedabad used to have my billboards presenting something or something like doing as a young girl. So I had so much media coverage from the young age. But I never knew what was it. I just went because it was happening. So it was nothing that I was excited about it, because everything was happening for a reason, which I never realized about my life. And then the time came when I got married and came to England with my husband. At that time, things went very quiet because things were not the same what I used to do in my young days. Life changes, culture, family.
An entire new country.
New country. So for me, it was a very big challenge, very big challenge. But nevertheless, I had beautiful girls, and then I started doing the community work in the local level, like very small scale work. But I always had a dream that I wanted to give back to the society. How do I do that? But I do remember when I was a young girl, I was been because there is always something craving for you to do something for the community. You always do it. So whenever my community leader used to say, Girls Guide. I was in a Girls Guide. Okay. So Girls Guide always asks us, okay, now today you're going to do this duty for the community work or this duty to the community work. And guess what? They ask me, what would you like to do? Would you like to usher the people, or would you like to be on the stage and look after the leadership? So you know what I always say to my captain, give me the duty where nobody likes to do. Because for me, seva, community work was everything for me. I did not want it the place where people should know me, because people were already knowing me. But at that time, I was not famous. I was not popular. I was a young girl at the age of 11 and 12 years. So I was not doing anything.
Absolutely.
Guess what? Nobody wanted to do the job was to look after the shoes when you go to the mandir. Okay. You go to the temple or a mosque or a church. Nobody looks after the shoes. So somebody's always there. They take the money and take care. We never take the money. I'm coming from the Aga Khan community. So I used to look after the dirty shoes, voluntary work, completely voluntary work. Then in the hot weather when the program happens, people gives the water. So I used to do the water duty when nobody wants to do. That was the job comes to me, but I was happy. And then after becoming a popular, going back to England with my husband and having the children, always the curiosity was, how do I do that? But my daughter started going to our community education, like a religious education. So I became the religious education teacher. So I was very happy that I can do something now. So my journey started from there. But happened to be that there were a couple of hiccups in my life when I lost my vision in 2000. And then I had
If I may ask, like how it all happened?
I worked for the Lloyds Bank for more than 24 years. All of a sudden I was at the work and something went blurry, everything was going something funny and I did not know what was happening. By the time I think something was happening, my left eye was gone. I could not see anything completely. And my head was like crazily, I was putting my hand up and I was telling my colleague, and I was a manager of the branch. So I told my colleague that I don't know what's happening to me, but I don't know, something is not happening. I'm just pulling my head and I'm just telling her. And she said, Parin, calm down. I think you're very stressed, because my baby was only 15 months when my second daughter was born. I said, maybe you're too stressed with the things going on in the family, moving your house and work and so much. I said, no. I did not know that I could not see, because remember, when you close one eye, you can see everything. When you close your other eye, still you can see everything. So you don't know whether which eye is gone. But by the time I went to the hospital, my doctor said she has already lost her eye.
My God.
And then my right eye was also about to go. So doctor got panic. And my story started from there. Then when I lost my two eyes, it took me a while to get back. They started giving me steroids. And I remember at the time that I was on a size 10 and 12. And after taking steroids, I became size 24. So I could not even walk properly. I could not walk. I was literally limping myself. I could not fly in the aeroplane. The business class was not even right for me. I could not even sit in a business class seat even. I become so big and my face was like this. I did not have my
It's all because of steroids, yeah.
Because of steroids. And at the same time, they found out in 2001, this happened in 2001, they found out that I got amyloblastoma. So I got aggressive cancer in my jaw, on the left mandible. So inside my mouth, I'm wearing a denture, and all these things that have been fitted in my mouth is all artificial. Even I don't have much feelings on my chin, there is no feelings on my lips, there is no feelings on the quarter side at all. But I'm used to now. Even you can see my beautiful hair here, I'm wearing a wig. Okay, but that's okay. I'm still there for the society, what I want to do. I'm very proud that I am there to support and inspire people. So my journey is taking me. That's the reason I've set my motto. That was in 2001, and when I got better and better, so I used to do the education for my children, like taking in the religious school, and then slowly I started doing lecturing for the universities and colleges wherever I get the chance. I was always a speaker in the community anyway. I used to do like talks for my community work. So there was no stage fear for me from a young age. I was always fearless at the stage. I always was open. The thing about me, I'm very clean and pure. I don't make false promises to anyone. I don't lie to anyone. I do get mad on people, of course. If something doesn't go right, you saw me what I was like now, yeah? This happens because I don't do anything wrong. I'm a very straightforward person. When things does not happen, then yes, something goes little diverse in my lifestyle. But end of the day, I'm very straight and a clean person. So my journey started and took me to a place where I become a motivational speaker. And a motivational speaker only I become because of my experience, what I used to talk about the work, about things I do. I do remember an incident when my vision went, when I got my vision back, and when I found out that in 2010, the second attack of cancer came back. And that was a time when I was being given a deadline. I was being told that I'm only there for a few hours, a few days, that's it. And my doctors were like literally given up on me, and they said, Parin, we don't know what to do. But at the same time, my colleague, she was not my colleague, she was my client who was working for the bank. And she came up to me, and Chandrika told me, Parin, I understand that you're not there for long. You get emotional when you know you're having a deadline. There is like a packet of biscuits has got a deadline, you throw it away. So I knew myself I'm going to be thrown away in a second. But I never let the hope die. That's one of the book I'm still writing. I still have not finished that book. And that lady, Chandrika, told me, go to Kotikal, Kerala. Okay. And I went to Kerala, Ayurveda. I did Ayurveda in 2010. In 2011, I became a new person. I literally came out of the hospital. I had a few months treatment, and I become a person who I am right now. So this is a God gift life given to me. It's not for me I'm living for the society, and that is what my purpose is. This is my mission, my goal to help as many people who comes on my way. It was a beautiful experience when children were working, and after my talk, lots of children came up to me and they really wanted to work with me. They started going on Insta and they said, can I follow you? Can you please give me your Insta ID? So I was so open to them. I said, you know what? Please be the part of my journey. The principal was really nice person who was like supported the children and supported my work as well. So this is what I enjoy doing, and that has taken me to the way of my education.
And I think it is all the good things that you have done that has paid back to you to an extent.
Absolutely right. So I remember when you do something nice, people will try to pull you down until they drop you to the floor. But it's okay. When the more they pull you,
the more chances of...
Absolutely. You go higher and higher. You're climbing the ladder. And this is the thing. You are climbing your ladder to make a difference in the world.
Absolutely. There's no doubt in that. I think not just that, I think you also went on maybe in 2022 to become Mrs. Universe.
Yes.
That's another achievement that you have onto you.
Honestly, this was not my dream at all.
But it just happened.
It happened. That's what I never wanted to become a writer. The writer I become when I broke my arm in my young days.
How was that?
Because, I was telling you that everything was on a billboard, and when I used to drive, when I used to go to my uni, the boys follows me. So my dad got me a bike in those days, in 80s. You can imagine any girl was driving a bike? No.
Very rare.
Very rare. Only few girls, few families can afford to do that. But my dad put me a bike so nobody follows me, so I can quickly run. And I was a racer. I love racing, okay? I love racing. That's always my dream. I want to be a car racer. In fact, I was in Abu Dhabi last month in a W hotel. And that's only one hotel in the whole world. It's a Formula One hotel in Yash Island, W hotel. Beautiful hotel. And they have got this racing car. And I was telling my daughter, I was tempted, I really want to go and do my racing. She said, Mom, not for you. I said, no, that's my dream comes true. I need to be back again to do that. I love racing. So when I was driving, I had a fall and I broke my arm. And because I broke my arm, I did not have any activities to do. I started writing books. I started writing. And that
it was the left hand, so the right hand worked.
Exactly. And I'm a workaholic. I cannot sit. I have to do my work from a young age. So can you see how my journey is taking me from one end to other? And then I become the university, multiple university guest speaker, lecturer for the PhD students, for postgraduate, for startup businesses. I do the talks on that. I do the modules for the postgraduate. So all these things have given me to be on a ladder of educator, how I become educator. So can you see how my journey is taking from one end to other end?
One point to the other has been connecting. It's like the beautiful dots.
Yeah, and when you talked about the beauty pageant, I become a motivational speaker. Okay, so when I become a speaker, I was invited by a Filmora production to be Mrs. Queen of India. Okay, that was my start point. And when I was invited to become, I initially said, that's not me. But he said, Parinji, tum aao na, acha, it's a good program. And I want you to give a talk and I want you to, like a fun part. So my younger daughter was with me. She said, Mommy, let's go. It's a Filmora production. It's a good way of getting into the Hollywood and Bollywood and things. I said, I'm not into that. No, Mommy, you have to. And that producer also forced me. So I went on to the mission of Mrs. India 2021. That was my first try. Okay. Guess what happened? I was a runner-up. And when I become a runner-up, I set my mind, Parin never becomes a runner-up. I'm always a winner.
Of course.
I always think, and when you think, when you manifest, you always. True. I remember manifest word in the dictionary has happened now, not before. But I've been manifesting from the young age. And after becoming the runner-up for Mrs. Queen of India, I got an opportunity for be on Mrs. India 2021. And initially I was not very keen, but then I was introduced to be a speaker. Wow. Just as a motivating other girls and talking, what is Mrs. India, how you can bring. But see, Miss India is very common. Mrs. India is not common. So this was a Mrs. India bringing it out to the Mrs. category, where the female and the women who are living in a small villages, small town, when they don't get any exposure, when they don't have any family support, I was giving a talks for them to bring them in. And luckily, a time came that they have so many women. I did one lecture, I did a second lecture, and then I was being told by the organizer, Dr. Somani, how about you being the part of this event? And I was not sure. I said, I lose last time, but I always had a thing in me, if I do go and if I lose, that's not me. I need to work very hard. Then my family supported me. My daughters really supported me. Mom, you can do this. If you really want to help the society, this is the way you can go through the maze and then you can reach your goal. I said, okay. Then I said yes, and then I started practicing, and then I started how to do a ramp walk, how to be in front of because I'm a very good speaker. I told my organizer, I'm a good speaker, I'm a good writer, I'm a good person who can help others and do things, but to do a ramp walk is not or not me. हम आपको सिखाएंगे, I'll teach you. And then I took the opportunity and I went on to that field, and guess what? Aditi Gowatri was the Bollywood actress. She was a jury panel. Sitting on the jury panel, and when I did my ramp walk, she asked me the Q&A, as usual how they ask you, and my Q&A was fantastic. The answer was really good, what she wanted from me. And then she stood away from her chair and she said, I cannot see anything better than Dr. Somani. At the time, I was not professor. She said, I cannot see anything better than Dr. Somani to crown for Mrs. India 2021. That's my journey started from Mrs. India. Then I was invited for Mrs. Brit Asian 2021 in the United Kingdom, in London. So I became a winner for that. And then I was being told, then I was being invited by Mrs. Universe International in 2021. I became the winner. Third time.
Wow, my goodness.
And then on the same time, I was being invited by Mrs. India Global 2021 in December. This all happened in the 6-7 months, in the whole span of one after one I was getting the opportunity. Once they started to know you, people will start to call you. And then in 2021, I became the winner in Odisha as well. Then 2022, I was invited by Mrs. Enigma World 2022 in Thailand. And I became the winner in Thailand. And then 2022, I was crowned by Mahek Chal for my humanitarian work for Mrs. Universe. Not Mrs. Universe, you go for the competition. So Mrs. Universe, I did not go for the competition. I want to make it very clear. I was being given a crown for my humanity work, for a philanthropic work. And they said, there's nothing left for this lady to give now. I only can give her Mrs. Universe and finish her off that she has done every single thing in her life. And Mahek Chal crowned me. This is all on the YouTube. You can find me on my Insta. It's all the stories are there. So this is always the reason. That's the way how I went into the field of beauty. And you won't believe that. In 2021, I was offered by one of the director when I became the winner to work in a movie with Rajinikanth.
Wow.
Now, Rajinikanth is a big actor. We all know that. But I was ignorant. I never realized how big he is. Because for me, I don't get time to see any movies. I'm so busy with...
You're more into the entire work or social work.
You look here, you have to look after your family. You have to look after children. You have to go to work. You do community work. Do you have time to think about...
The 24 hours are also less for you.
I work 24/7. If you... Yeah, literally. Right now, you can see me. I continuously am working from one end to other end. Like... 24 hours, as you said just now, you said correctly, rightly, that 24 hours is not enough for me. I work 22 hours a week, 22 hours a day. Every night I'm away. You message me and you will know I'm online. I'm doing things. Because there's no enough time for me to work.
Exactly. But I think that is what is all paying off right now, because whenever you look at the way how you have worked over a period of time, you have also been recognized as in the Guinness Book of World Records and one of the lead editor of the thickest book in the world unpublished. Simultaneously, you also have the bestseller on Amazon, which is Manifest Your Inner Beauty. There's so many things that you have done already. I'm saying, is there anything left?
Oh, there is so much. Life is a long learning. And since I become a CEO of London Organization of Skills Development, my journey has not stopped. Now, I don't do myself. I take everybody. You want to be part of my journey? Come and join me. I'm very transparent. I take everybody who wants to be in my boat. I don't let anybody miss their boat. Recently, I never knew that. Today, I just found out that I was in a metro in London paper, in the United paper. I did not know. See, I'm so busy. It was been published on the 18th of January. Believe me or not, I have not even seen my own article. It came out on 18th of January in the Metro newspaper. And that was a big achievement for me. I need to check this one out because I was speaking to my daughter and she said, Mom, do you know that you have come in the Metro? I said, oh my God, really? What is the article about? Mom, it's such a beautiful article. They took my interview 6 months ago. Oh. Not now. I've forgotten. Every day, every other day, some or other people are doing it for me. But regarding this Guinness World Book of Records, that was a beautiful achievement. We were doing the coffee table book London organization, skills development have got 12 facets. Okay. So number one is conferences, global research conferences they do the global research journal. So with the conferences, we worked with the 3 universities, Oxford, Harvard and Cambridge University. So that's the we also do the conferences in Dubai and different part of the world as well. And the same thing, we do the paper as well, global research journal papers. So we help people to come on the platform on the as a conference to come and share the knowledge, and whatever they've researched about the knowledge, they can publish in Global Research Journal. Then we also do the Skills Live Talk. Skills Live Talk is similar to be on a stage, similar like a TEDx talk. TEDx has got a red carpet. Yes. Our carpet is a black carpet. We are a black and gold company. Wow. Okay? So people stay on the black carpet and they will talk between 7 to 10 minutes. Because remember, people only have got a span of listening to you properly between 7 to 10 minutes. If you convey your message in 7 to 10 minutes, you have done your job. Absolutely. But if you keep on lingering on, it doesn't work that way. So this is one of the live show we do. And in last month, we did a beautiful live show at the Harvard University. Very successful show. We had it. We did it in Oxford as well. We have done it in the Cambridge as well. Another thing we do is skill up retreats, because it's a skill development. So we want all the entrepreneur, businesses, professors, university, college students, whoever thinks they want to be part of the skill up retreat. So we help them on the business and the skill up retreats we do. We also do the podcast, exactly how you're doing. Our podcast is LOSD podcast. And we do like LOSD Skillcast. Okay. Means it's one of our brand. Same, we have similar mugs, LOSD return. And
so it must be feeling like recreating it.
I can see that, all this thing. And it's nice that you got this one, because this is our identity.
Exactly. It's like the brand positioning, which is required.
Absolutely. And then we have LOSD Excellence Award, because remember, everybody likes to be recognized. When you do something well, Alisha, if people don't know who is Alisha, then how would the people will recognize Alisha? Absolutely. So we love to recognize our people. We also do AI chat box. So that's very, very, very high up going on at the moment.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah,
it's become a part of life.
Yeah, so this is what they are planning to clone myself. And that's what I asked you earlier. Yeah. Can I do the video recognition? Because now people want, because I cannot reach every part. I've traveled 127 countries around the world, but I cannot travel more than that. I cannot be, I'm here in Goa right now, but I cannot be in other place. So now the people have asked me that even though I'm here in one country or one place, people can do the same thing for me on the other place. So people can see me, I'm doing that. So this is the AI job we have done. So this is something, we can help our students as well to make the CVs in the documentary. We also do LOSD documentary as well, making the movies for them. So this is the part of the...
So beautiful. I think there's n number of things that you have covered already.
These are doing. Yeah. And this is another thing. The one facet is called LOSD Publishing House. Right. So we publish the books and a coffee table, and that's what the coffee table will come. So in 2023, the coffee table was in the name of, the title was 23 Positive Change Maker in the world. And that coffee table was recognized by the Guinness World Book of Record, and I was the editor for that book. Wow. And that happened to be that, we were only one part, but the book was the thickest book. It was not just me. There were more than 100 colleges have come together to make this book, and this was the thickest, but it was unpublished thickest book in the world, because the size was like from there to here, and it was really, and I was one of the editor. We had nearly 7 or 9 editors were on this book. I was one of the editor, and I was recognized in the game. So that was really good. And LOSD does a coffee table book. Like, I would like to say that if anybody would like to be interested and I would love to have you as a woman. We are doing a woman's book called The Inspiring Journey of a Woman. Every woman has got a story to tell. And we are taking the stories right now, 31st of January, but we have extended until 5th of February. And we would like to launch that story, launch that book on the Women's Day. International Women's Day is on the 8th of March. So, yeah, if anybody wants to share their story, inspiring other women as a role model to others, they can send the stories to admin@losg.co.uk. So when you share the story, you will help others to be motivated. So that's one of the things. Then we also do 24 prominent personalities in the world, which the coffee table has come out. That was a bestseller. This is the LOSD publishing house.
I know. I think there's multiple things that you're doing, and I think it's just commendable. I must say that, this entire journey of yours is very much, inspiring to a lot of people and our viewers watching you specifically. We are just running short of time, but I think it's, we didn't even realize the way when we are talking about it, the time is already, we have crossed the time already. But before you go, any particular, I know you're very much busy also, but any particular message that you would like to give to our viewers watching you?
Sure. The message I would like to give it to my on the line and off the line listeners. Remember, the world is changing. The world is beautiful, and you are the part of this world. Your soul is powerful, but you can be more powerful if you ignite the world. And how do you ignite your world? Number one, believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself, the world will believe in you. Why? Because world is in your palm. This world has changed the whole perceptions after having COVID-19. The world was upside down, but you are the future. You know how to turn it back around. Number two, be honest, be ethical, do not cheat anyone. Help others if you can, but if you can't do it, it's okay. But don't give anybody a wrong advice. Try to do the best for them if you can. And number three, be the person of your word. Build the bridges between communities, societies, people around you. You need to be a part of a wider society, having a clean reflection of you. If there's a mirror in front of you, and if mirror has got a dust, do you think you can see yourself? No. So you need to take a cloth and wipe your soul. Make it clean, and that clarity of the clean soul will be your reflection to others. This is something I always tell my beautiful people who are listening today. Remember, you are the future. You can do so many things together. Be the part of my journey. Help me. Let's work together. Look out for the opportunities where you can help and support each other. This is my second motto of my life. By working together, we can make a positive global change. Thank you.
Indeed, I think, Doctor, you have been very instrumental, and I think your entire journey has inspired many people watching you right now. And we wish you all the very best. You're doing a commendable job. On behalf of the entire society, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, because I think it wouldn't be possible without a vision, and that vision comes from you, because getting into many things is very easy, but sustaining it is a task, which you have been doing it very well. And indeed, it was a great honor and privilege for Prime TV and for us to have you at our studio here. Thank you so much once again for taking time off. I know you're a busy schedule. You again are flying back. But yes, thank you so much for taking time off and talking to us. It was great having you on the show.
Thank you. Namaste.
Keep watching Prime TV. Keep watching Prime.